Hey everybody, this is weird because we're starting right off the bat with editing Chevis. And the reason is, this episode is from the beginning of February.
Ew, it's old and rotten. Throw it away.
Lots of life stuff has happened. Job stuff, both Dan and I, my mojo, all the excuses have happened, right? So at the beginning of February, I recorded an episode, got busy. Then I was like, I'm just going to scrap it because it's old news now, even though like it's not to you guys. Then I had to do a video for work and I cleaned a bunch of stuff off my iPad and lost the video and thought it was gone forever. And then I was like, well, damn it. And then I found it. So I've edited this video. Just keep in mind, lots of things have changed since then, which you guys won't know. But this weekend is YarnCon, and I thought how perfect it would be to get this out before YarnCon, and then I will come back fresh, and hopefully, as long as work doesn't happen, I can record soon after YarnCon and get you more updated on the current happenings. Enjoy the episode, even though it was recorded in February. I know, like Dan will say, because he watches YouTube people, and he's like, nobody will know. Nobody will know. But I know. And I'm like, honest to a fault.
Lie to them. They don't know the difference.
I'm honest to a fault, and I just feel the need to say it. That's what has happened. I guess that's it. I usually upload Fridays at 4. This is going to be way sooner than that because I want it to be out before YarnCon. For those of you who will be going to YarnCon and wondered if I was going. I've gotten a couple messages. I will definitely be there. Say hi. Catch you later. Bye. Hey guys, I thought I'd make my drink out here just because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, as you can tell from everything I've been doing thus far. Which one of y'all brought this to my house? Who did it? This is pineapple jalapeno. Isn't it tequila? Why am I not seeing? It just says pure agave. Oh, Blanco tequila. I thought it was tequila. The lid was taped shut. I have never seen this bottle before. For all I know, it could be poison. I love me a spicy beverage, and it smells delish. I was trying to think how I wanted to do this. It's gonna need a little sweetness, and I can't be bothered to make simple syrup. I mean, yes, I know how easy it is. It's just a time thing. I don't feel like it. So I was like, ooh, honey. And then I was like, oh shit. I have Mike's Hot Honey. Have you guys seen this? It's in a squeezy bottle. I don't know if you can get it everywhere, but it is infused with chilies. It says, enjoy on pizza, which is why I got it. I love it on pepperoni pizza. Just a kiss. I'm a sweet, savory person. But it also says you can put it on fried chicken, cheese, put it in tea, on salad, in ice cream. I haven't done any of those things. Fruit, roasted vegetables, seafood, yogurt, ribs, oatmeal. It's interesting. And of course, cocktails. I was just gonna stir it, but now I feel like since I'm doing the honey, I need to put it in a shaker.
While she's gone, I'll make my drink. Get a note for this recipe. Ready? Need a glass. Need some ice. And you need just a little bit of Chevis. Because that's all I can handle of Chevis. Just a wee little bit.
Whatever. My drink is very scientific. About that much. A little dollop.
A little dollop of Daisy will do you.
Okay. And then I was gonna put tropical fruit sparkling water in. I wish I just had plain
water?
plain sparkling water.
I mean, that sparkles if you hold it up to the sun.
Next time, I'm gonna get some plain sparkling water just for so. Ditto, your dinner will be coming in a minute. Mama's making a drink. I feel like I want to taste this on its own first. Yum! Yum, babe, it's so good.
Yeah.
I want some bubbly. Whoo, buddy. Let's go record an episode. Hey guys, Chevyrell here. I recently just read somewhere that people hate it when podcasters start out their podcast with "Hey guys," and I was like, they're talking about me because I say that every time. My name's Chevis. We're in the stuff room. I talk about yarn. You guys know the drill after this long. If you're new here, welcome to the shit show. It definitely is a shit show here. I talk mostly about yarny stuff, and then there's other stuff sprinkled in. Enjoy the ride. Today I am wearing, let me show you. This is my Lady Charming by Veera Valimaki. I love it. I enjoyed the knit very much. The yarn, I can't remember. Look at all the pills. I just ordered a new one of those. I have tried, y'all. I have tried the Gleaner, and it just doesn't do it for me. I feel like I'm pulling my knits. I don't like it. Did I say that this was the Lady Charming? Yeah, Lady Charming by Veera Valimaki, and it's a $5.33 pattern. Let's jump right in. You already saw me make my drink. You guys, it is so yummy. First FO, as many of you know, is a fail. I finished my Luna headband, which is this, and that is by Mary Hunt. It's a $5 pattern. You have a couple options with it. For those of you who did not watch the last episode, you can double knit it or single knit. It calls for DK weight, and I am using, I still don't know how to say it. I want to say Fibrelya Fibrelya Barnabas. I'm sorry. There was a huge conversation between Dan and I on the last episode. I thought that was Chorus. This is a V. I need my nails filled. Don't look at those. This is a V and a U. It is Corvus. It was mentioned in the comments by a couple of you that Corvus, which makes way more sense. Baby, will you get my mushroom, please? He stole it and put it back in with Little Miss No Name.
Who showed up in a TV show that we were watching. What was it? Movie or show we were watching? There was a Little Miss No Name.
So
she was on the dresser, remember?
Oh, it was The Curious Case of Natalia Grace.
Was it?
Yeah, we watched The Curious Case of Natalia Grace.
In a movie club.
Nice ass shot.
Yeah?
Sit down. Are you going to be in it this time, or are you still going to be over there like a weirdo?
I'm in it. They just saw me. They know I'm here. I'm always here.
The peanut gallery is here.
That's how things get done.
Oh my gosh, we haven't even started. Ditto's running amok.
It's going to be a good show.
Where was I? Corvus?
You were here.
Corvus. Makes way more sense. It means crow. I looked it up after we...
Yeah, and what is this? Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Carouse.
When I watched the episode, I felt real bad about that.
That you couldn't find the yarn?
Yeah, I should have been able to.
It's okay, baby. It was on Ravelry. Like, if you look up the yarn on Ravelry and then you...
I don't feel that bad.
Yes, it's Corvus, crow, black. I wanted to say this. Corvus is a constellation. Apollo has a sacred bird who is Corvus.
Apollo the god has
Yeah.
a bird.
Yeah. Well,
Kind
yes.
of like Harry Potter does.
It said Corvus was also Apollo's sacred bird.
Doesn't Harry Potter have a sacred bird?
It's not, I mean, the phoenix, but it's not.
I thought it was an owl.
Oh, well, yes, the owl's not sacred though. I forget its name. Yes, Harry Potter, I know.
It's a magic owl. How is that not sacred?
Okay.
It's a magic owl.
Here's the
On
headband.
with the show. Let's go.
Here is the headband. I finished it. What I was saying, I got sidetracked, was the yarn is sport weight, and I thought it was fingering. So the pattern called for DK, and I held sport weight double. So of course I was not going to get the right gauge. It's ginormous. I love it. I mean, I do. Not only is it like too big that way. Some of you in the comments said like keep it as a, which I could. I mean, it would work if y'all want to do it.
Actually, giveaway.
But this is where, no, I'm frogging it. And everyone's like, don't frog it. Like some of you said you could turn it into a hat.
Giveaway.
No.
Giveaway.
This is how I want to wear it. And I mean, I wanted to be a,
Just cut eye holes in it. It'll match up with the mittens.
I wanted to be able to wear it like this. Ridiculous. Maybe if I wanted to, you know. Anyway, I am going to frog it. And it's fine. A lot of you in the comments were trying to help me as far as like wear it as a cowl or turn it into a hat, which those are all awesome ideas. If it wasn't so, like it's so bulky, I just don't like it. I don't like it. I bought the yarn for this pattern. Here's the back. Did I show that? That's what the back looks like. I bought this yarn for this pattern. I really want the headband. What I'm gonna do is I am going to, I might mess with the needle size. I was gonna say go up a needle size, but I really like the way that this is. I am going to, see it even like puckers in here because it's, anyway. I'm gonna frog it. I'm gonna do one layer and I'm going to probably use the same needle size now that I'm talking this out because I like this. I like the thickness of it.
Is that in the round?
Yes.
No, I see there's a seam right there. Oh, it's just.
Well, you Kitchener it. You knit it
Okay.
flat for those that didn't see the last episode, and then you Kitchener this. I'm gonna rip it out, just knit it single, go down stitches so that it's not like this big over my head. It's fine. It's definitely going to be hibernating for a little bit though. I mean, I'll probably get to wear it next year, not gonna lie. Fine, it's fine. This is knitting, right? This is how we do things. Live and learn. It's the whole point of being able to knit for yourself. You learn as you go. I've run into this quite a bit. Usually they always say, trust your knitting. I tried and it didn't work this time. Usually it does. This did not. I talked
Is that a
way too
section?
much about that.
You've got enabling, you've got whips. Do you have a fails section?
Sometimes I call it a fail. This was an FO fail. It's a fail within the FOs because I actually finished it.
It's a subgenre.
Someone asked about my pumpkin. Do you remember I bought this pumpkin for Mama Jean for Christmas and forgot to give it to her because I'm a shit show. And I said, I'm gonna do it better because you can this is polyfill. This is not fiber, polyfill right there. Well, it's hard, you guys, it's hard. It was hard. I made this guy, which is a sad little pumpkin, but like, can you really even, it just looks like a blob of fluff, right? It was a fail, but it sits on my windowsill and it's fine. It is a lot harder than it looks. not gonna lie. But I wanted to show it because I did talk about it, and there are, like, see, that's polyfill. I mean, you can pull it over. That's what I was doing. And this is Angora fiber, which probably, I mean, you know, a coarser fiber would probably work better. I don't know that I'll make more. I didn't really love the process. There you have it. My sad little pumpkin. It is an FO. Like, counts, right? It counts. My next FO, I'm really excited about it. It is my screen print hoodie that I made for Cole. So I bought this hoodie, Sherpa lined. Look at my hanger.
Did you finish it?
Yeah. This hanger, when Dan's mom moved into her condo, they left a bunch of stuff. And she was like, do you need hangers? They left a bunch. And I was like, I will be taking the crocheted ones. It's an old, like, wood, just straight wood hanger. I don't know that I would do this on a plastic hanger because I don't know. I loved them. I loved them. I think I have 3, maybe 4, but I think 3. Anyway, I bought this sweatshirt for Cole for Christmas, and I finished the screen print. Look how good it is. I love it.
And that was the paper, the
Yes.
iron-on paper.
Yes, I'm going to talk more in depth about it. Y'all can fast forward through if you want. I still need to heat set it, and there are some boogered spots, like a little bit right there. His eyes, the little white spots in his eyes right there didn't come off. They went through. And I got this guy right here. I know we're not supposed to point out all the bad stuff, but I'm just showing you what can happen if you guys decide to do this on your own. That, I don't even know how that one happened right there. I'm going to tell you about the process. I know I talked about it on the last episode, but I'm going to show you some stuff. The reason that I chose to do this with freezer paper is because it's the only one I'm doing. Because when you use the freezer paper technique, thanks babe, when you use the freezer paper technique, you have one shot of it and that's it. Actually, put this down. I'm going to start adding pictures in for them. As I'm talking about it, I'll put pictures right here. You only get one shot. So this is freezer paper by good old Reynolds.
And by good old, you mean 15 years ago.
Oh yeah, this is so old. This is so old. It looks like this, and on the back, see the shine? That's the wax. What I did is I printed this guy out from the internet, and then I stenciled the whatever. I drew this freehand, the Go Tigers.
You did that freehand.
Yes? I mean,
You can draw lines that straight.
No, okay, I'm sorry. The lines I did not draw freehand, but the letters I didn't use.
Yeah, cut off.
Whatever, who cares?
They know what you mean.
Anyway, see what I have to live with, you guys. Then I ironed it onto the sweatshirt, and it sticks. I did purchase this. I will link it below. I think it was like $10. I mean, this is way more than I need. My Exacto knife that I had was from high school, and it was missing, like the lid broke and wouldn't clip on it anymore. I mean, it was dangerous. And I needed a new blade and only had the one that was super dull. I bit the bullet and bought a new Exacto knife. I love it. It's great.
Is that Exacto?
Oh, is Exacto the name
one in
brand?
the story is an Exacto knife. That's the one you have. You had one that you bought that was Exacto compatible.
Okay, I'm going to stop you. Thank you. I love you. Dan is a stickler for name brand versus not. So when we say... No, I don't want to cut it out.
Oh.
When we say, can you grab me a Kleenex? He's like, I can grab you a tissue. Or when you say, can you hand me the crescent wrench? I had no idea that was a name brand. My entire life it's been called a crescent wrench. What is it?
Adjustable wrench.
Adjustable wrench. So this is a thing with Dan. Never mind him. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Anyway, I got this. I cut it out. I ironed it on. Then, which I think I've shown you here. Then I have I have bins. I have a zippers and elastic, and I have a ribbons, and I have a paint. These are fabric paints. Oh, also my dyes are in here when I thought that I wanted to try and dye yarn. Absolutely not. This is fabric paint. So you take your ink. This is like thick jelly ink. I don't know if you can see that. Then I have this nifty little spoon. Isn't it cute? A friend brought me this back from Paris, and it is my screen printing ink spoon, and it lives in the thing. So you dollop out some of this screen. I am not a professional. This is just how I do it. You dollop this out onto a surface. What I did is I took a piece of cardboard and I wrapped tinfoil around it. And then I take a brayer and use what?
Tinfoil?
Aluminium. Is that what you're looking for?
Aluminum foil. But
aluminum foil. You are seriously not allowed to record with me anymore. You make this so hard. However, there are probably
just trying to help.
There are probably tons of people out there who do this same thing to me while you're watching. I'm aware that it has not been tin for a bazillion years. Aluminum foil. That's a Graminata thing. Graminata called it tinfoil. Damn it, I'm calling it tinfoil.
Of course you did.
Oh, hand me your picture. That's my Graminata and my Grandpa Russell. I don't talk about him much, but so you guys have a face with a name. Anywho, she, is prominently displayed in the stuff room. This is like a rubber, whatever. They use this in, I think I said last time, lithograph printing. It doesn't matter. This is called a brayer. You spread it out. So you spread it out and then you paint it on the thing. I'll show a picture here. Then it doesn't get totally on, because this isn't meant for fabric. It's just an easy way that I use it.
What's it meant for?
Did you ever do
rubber stamps? Metal lithographs?
No, it's the stencils where you take, it's not a stencil. Oh my gosh, they're screaming it at the screen. You take a knife and cut out from is it clay? Oh, it's lino cut. It's lino cut.
Of course it is.
Is that what you said?
No.
You can do it with wood. You can cut out wood, but it's for stuff like that. You cut it out.
Yeah, stamps.
You a lino cut print. That's what this is like. That's why I know what a brayer is from art class, and it's how I know how you put the paint out, and you roll it and roll it and roll it out until it's even, and it makes a snapping noise, and that's when you know that you're ready to roll the paint onto your print. Anyway, I did it for this, and it worked fine, but there are some spots that the fabric did not, and actually I think I have it all. Yeah, I got it real good. There were some spots that the paint didn't pick up, and just for those little spots, around the edges, I just took a foam brush and dabbed like this on it, and then I let it dry for, I don't know, an hour, and I went back and did a second coat. Let it dry overnight. And then I peeled it off, which I took a video of me peeling it off. The little intricate things I had to bust out the tweezers for. It is, I don't want to say a pain in the ass, but it was time consuming. And I know that there's an easier way to do it. I get that. There's that circuit thing. You can buy vinyl, like sticky vinyl stuff. The reason that I picked this is because I enjoy the process and I have all of the stuff to do it. I have done other prints in this way years ago. So if you're only doing one thing like I am, have at it, man, have at it.
You do you.
You do you, boo. So the only thing I have left to do is heat set it. Sorry for the tippy tappy. We're gonna bring his bed in and see if he lays down. To heat set it, you lay like a thin something over it, like cotton fabric or whatever, and you iron. Good boy. Good boy.
Thank you.
You iron over it to heat set it.
She only thanks me on camera.
What are they doing? I want to know. The cool thing about it is Cole is going to get it tomorrow, and his kindergarten class is singing the Star Spangled Banner for the opening of the varsity basketball game. So the maiden voyage will be at the varsity basketball game. And if you can't tell, our mascot is the Tigers. I said that last time as well. So that was a whole lot of talking about that. I'm going to try and cut out the BS of it. But if you want to try your hand at freezer paper screen printing and you have the stuff, that's awesome. If you don't, there are different ways to do screen printing. I just
show us if you do it.
Show us if you do it.
Below.
Tag us. We want to see. As I was thinking about it, I'm like, I've done this before. Why don't I show them? I made this bag and I did this. Oh, actually, no, I'm lying. I'm a lying liar who lies. This was not freezer paper. Same paint. But what I did here is you stretch tulle, little tulle, teeny tiny tulle in an embroidery hoop. You put the tulle in the embroidery hoop, you draw your picture. As you can see, it isn't perfect, but I love this look. Like, I like the splatterings. But what I did for this is you draw the picture and then you use Elmer's glue and you paint the tulle.
Mod Podge.
Well, I've done both.
Yeah.
Mod Podge would work
Yeah.
better than Elmer's glue.
Yeah.
But you can use, actually, for this, it probably was. You can use either one of them. I don't know which one I used. I've tried it both ways. Put a couple layers on, and then you can print through it. You just paint it on, and then you lift it up, but you get some bleeding. So there's different ways you can do it. This one was freezer paper. It had way crisper lines, but what I did here is I just painted the paint on. This was many moons ago. We had a knitting group and they called themselves the Bitter Knitters long before I was part of it. And I made bags and it was cute, and there you have it. So even if you don't want to use freezer paper, there are different things you can use. I feel like I have talked that to death. I am so sorry. Oh my gosh, I thought this was going to be a short episode, and I'm just now finished with FOs. Which, you know, you all know what that means, right? Whoops.
What?
Whoops.
Thank you.
All right. First up is my HexaGranny Cardigan by Toni Lipsey. It's a free pattern on her blog, I believe, but it's a $9.50 downloadable PDF. This has not changed much. I just wanted to show you I finally picked my knot button band. She calls it a collar, but it's around the bottom and all around the collar. This is the bottom. For those of you who did not see it last week, let me show it to you in all its glory. This is the Hexie Cardi. So you make the hexagons, and then I added, you seam it up the back, and I did an exposed seam. I don't know if I said that on the last one. I purposely did that because I like that chunky seam. And then I added length to it, you know, to cover the bum. And then I just now started the bottom band, and I chose ribbing. Black, I have never had a problem with black yarn, but I'll tell you what, I had a light beaming on me, single ply black, trying to crochet this wasn't necessarily something I would call fun. I'm in this and it's way easier to see. I'm going to do this all the way around the bottom, so I have a ways to go. It'll take me a while, but I just know that I'll like it better. There is an easier way to do it. You could just, she shows you different options. I liked the ribbing. For the collar or band down here, I'm actually going to double the size of it. So this is going to be double the thickness all around here, because mine is pretty wide apart and I want it to be more closed. So this will take me some time. It's very easy and I'm still enjoying it, but I do want to wear it, so I am actively working on it now. Then I showed you my hand spun the last time, and I said I wanted to make like a poncho capelet thing, and I picked, which thank you, some of you put different patterns in the comments, and I did add those, but I'd already started this. I used the dip dyed Raglan sweater by Cathy Lewis, which is Tall Tree Designs. It was a free pattern, and I'm just doing the Raglan, and then instead of splitting for the sleeves or the body, I'm going to just knit straight. And I was talking to friends, and I didn't want it to be, you know, they were like, well, if you just start knitting straight, it might be tight. So then when you reach your arm, it rolls up. And I was like, yeah, that's a good point. So I used the numbers for the smallest size. I'm going to use, this is how much I have left of it in my yarn sock by Andy, the Naughty Knittress. I love these. This is the yarn. It's how much I've left in the cake. I followed the instructions for the smallest size to cast on, but I am going to follow the increase numbers for the larger size, hoping that that gives me, you know, more of this. And I am loving it so far. It's all scrunched up on the needles, but look at it. Isn't it fun? Here's a sleeve. See where the increases are? So it'll go like this. I wanted a rolled neck. That was my big thing. I wanted a rolled neck. I didn't want it so off. I mean, I wanted it up here, but I didn't want a cowl, or not a cowl, a turtleneck or whatever. I wanted a rolled neck. I knew that. And then I'm just going to knit and knit and knit and knit, and I've been enjoying it, but isn't it fun to see how it's knitting up? I love it. And it's great to knit out in public because, you know, it's just stockinette for days. Hopefully that will be finished the next time you see it. Next is also a new cast on. This is Joni, my mother-in-law. If you're watching and you want to be surprised, fast forward to past this. I am making, as per my mother-in-law's request, the Cupholder Mitten by, I think it's Chialee Yeh. I could be pronouncing that wrong. I did try to look up the correct pronunciation. I couldn't find it. It's a free pattern. It'll be linked below.
Pronunciation?
Huh?
Pronunciation?
What'd I say?
Pronunciation?
The correct pronunciation?
Pronunciation?
What are you talking about?
Not pronunciation. Pronunciation. Nothing, go ahead.
This is what it looks like. I bet you guys have seen them before. It's just
muffin.
one, and yeah, you can put a beer can in it. I have made these before multiple times. I actually said I wasn't going to make them anymore because I made so many of them that I was over it. However, it's been years and years now, so I'm cool. I was totally cool with making one. I am using leftover Mineville Wool Project. Don't know the colorway or anything. My lips are chapped. And this is yarn that the one and only Johnny Bow dyed. Thank you. That is the scariest looking chapstick I have ever seen. You guys, this is the epitome of dude's chapstick. I would rather have chapped lips. I love you, but that is terrifying. Johnny Bow dyed this yarn, and I think it's awesome because Joni knows Johnny Bow, and now she will get to have some of his yarn. I am this far. So what I did is, and it's blowing out quite a bit actually. I did the cuff just in the Mineville Wool Project, which I don't think they dye anymore. If they do, I'm unaware. And then I striped this. The way it works is you put these stitches on hold, you cast on stitches, and you start knitting in the round. I will knit this for this part right here for 9 inches, and then you twist it back around and sew the edges and Kitchener this part, and then you do the bottom. So I last night during 2 episodes of the Blacklist, I love the Blacklist. Have you guys seen the Blacklist? James Spader is such a badass. I knit 3 rows of the cuff and all of this in 2 episodes of the Blacklist last night. New cast on. That's in my beautiful Syster Chicago bag. It was a gift from a dear friend who I love way mucho. Got it at YarnCon. They will be at YarnCon, I believe, again this year, as will we. Beautiful Syster.
Oh.
See, there's their tag, Beautiful Syster. They make really cool bags.
Very
I have another one of their bags as well. YarnCon is in Chicago, and it's the first weekend. The first weekend in April. We'll be back. Which, how cool would it be if I could manage to get my Hexi Cardi done by YarnCon? I think that might be my goal. Hexi Cardi by April. That's totally doable, right? Totally doable. My last whip is also a new cast on. It is in my Just Me Grandma bucket. I love this thing. Or basket, whatever. I don't know if she makes them anymore. If she does, I'll link them below. I missed the boat, you guys, and I am bummed out about it. I missed the boat. Laura Nelkin, I don't believe that I've ever knit anything that she's designed. If I have, I've forgotten. A friend sent me a video of her showing off this pattern, and I immediately fell in love. It's the Cowltopus. It was a mystery knit along back in October, I think, and I'm bummed that I missed it because this, you know how we're scared of mystery knit-alongs? I think a lot of us are scared of mystery knit-alongs. Johnny Depp just shared a reel. Why is that popping up on my Instagram? What? Why are we scared of mystery knit-alongs?
Yeah.
Because the mystery is that you don't know what it looks like.
Right.
So then you buy this yarn and put all this time and energy into making this thing, and you might totally hate the thing.
Put that on for me.
Why?
That happens even if you pick the pattern.
Yeah, but I know what this was gonna look like. This was user error on my part.
Right.
When you knit a mystery knit
But
along,
a fail is a fail.
I know a lot of people who have done mystery knit-alongs and spent a lot of money on the yarn and a lot of like time and energy and hated it. They're like, I will never do another mystery knit-along.
That's the fun of it.
It is, and I like mystery knit-alongs. I made
Could be a fail.
I made the snow melt, and now I forget who made it. Ditto wants to be involved so much. I made the snow melt, and I can't remember the designer, but I loved it, and it was a great mystery knit-along. But I know other people who have horrible luck.
Yeah.
This I would have loved. Because it was a mystery, I'm guessing, I don't know if she does this for all of her patterns, but Laura Nelkin on her YouTube channel has great videos for every clue where she shows you tips and tricks and how to do stuff, and it's amazing, and I love it, and I'm almost finished. So this is a new to me cast on, and it's almost done.
Where'd that come from?
That fell off my pattern.
Oh no.
That was my chart marker. Now I'm going, God dang it. Now I'm going to have to find where that goes on the chart. I use painter's tape for my charts. And this is what I do. I fold it over, and then this is sticky, just sticky enough to stick. But then as you move up, it's perfect, right? Because Post-its don't stick enough. This does, until you mess with it and it falls off and you've lost your place, which is fine. I'll be able to find it very easily. I can't show you how it works because of the needles, but I am halfway through this wave part.
Matches your shirt.
It does, because this is my color. Hazel actually helped me pick this out. She's 9. She helped me pick the colorways out. I had multiple choices, and she went with this. So there's this wavy pattern, and then there's this decrease straight knit. Then this is brioche, so it's real squishy right here. And then for the 4th clue, you flip the brioche. And how it works is you have this hood. Oh, and this, whatever this is, I forget what she called this. Sucker. It's the sucker stitch, she calls it. It's like a twisted thing that you do. That's really fun, and I like it a lot. You put the hood on, right? And then this tucks up in, and it like covers your face. So you have the hood and it covers your face. It's so cool. You have to look at her video on Instagram because I can't steal it and put it in here for you. You'll just have to believe me or wait until the next episode so I can show you what it is. Anyway. Oh, and this yarn, hold on. I was going to grab the tags and I forgot. The mustard color, this one that matches me, is Dream in Color Cosette, which is their DK. And this is the Naked Shame colorway, which I get is very close to that, but it is not. Naked Shame colorway. And then this one, in my yarn condoms, this one is Winterberries Yarn by the Lake, and it's their Donegal DK. There's neps in it, tweety bits. I will link them. It is squishy and luscious and wonderful, and I am absolutely head over heels in love with it. I cannot wait to have it for my own. Oh my God, my lips are so chapped. I usually have chapstick right here.
I offered you chapstick. You didn't want it.
Your chapstick's scary. And that's all my whips, which I thought was going to go really fast, and it did not at all. Next up is Happy Mail, which we have a box. box. I did open it just so I wouldn't have to mess with opening it, but I have no idea what's inside. The only thing I know is that it is from Portland, Oregon, which is on my wish list of places to go, mainly for the food. Aww. Hold on, let me read the note. Happy New Year, Chevis. Aw, thank you, Susanna. That's so sweet. She sent me a sock tube, which that's blowing out way mucho. That's better. Like down, that's better. That is so cool. I love that color. It reminds me of Candyland. Actually, it goes marvelously with this sweater. I need to find a mini. Thank you. And then, oh my gosh, shut up.
Sir Didymus.
It's Sir Didymus and Ambrosius. It's going on my jean jacket. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to show Cade and Cole. Cole watches Labyrinth. I love it. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. On the last podcast, this one at the end, I know some of you don't. Actually, most of you probably left already. But at the end, a lot of you missed that Ditto stole cookies. If you go back to my last episode, go to the very, very end. It's like the very end. Ditto has a minion that shops for him and sends us gifts, which is so sweet. And I know who the minion is. I found out who the minion was. But as Dan and I are talking about it, he totally stole a box of cookies. And when I was done recording, we go out and he didn't eat the cookies. He just took the box out to his bed because his bed's usually out in the living room. He just carried the box out there. And the box that he took was these. They are Walker's, which is a product of Scotland, shortbread cookies. And apparently the minion had never seen that they made them in sheep before. I don't know what else they make them in. I don't believe that we have these here. If we do have these here, it's like you'd have to hunt for them. It's not like a normal thing that we have. And she sent me the sheep, which I guess is a big deal because they don't normally have sheep. I love shortbread. Butter, anything with butter is amazing. I've already been into them. They're delicious. So I wanted to show you the sheep though, and to point out that Ditto's a thief. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Next up, I think you need to be in frame for this part. Please, thank you. Come on over. Someone asked what fiber festivals we're going to this year. As of now, I think we're not going to go to our norms. Come on over. We're not going to go to our norms like Yellow Springs and Allegan, at least as of right now. Thank you. Yeah. We're going to YarnCon, but as of now, we're not going to go to Allegan or Yellow Springs. And that's because...
We're not?
Well, as of now, we aren't. We've talked about this.
Okay.
We had this conversation.
Okay.
I don't know what we're doing. We're going places, just not there. I'm going to Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
I was very, very graciously asked to go with Robin, who is the owner of Yarnbirds. She will be at Cake.
You're going to Rhinebeck, but you're not going to Rhinebeck.
I'm going to Rhinebeck with Robin.
You're going to Rhinebeck, New York, but you're not going to New York Sheep and Wool.
Yes, I am. Why wouldn't I?
Well,
why would you go to Rhinebeck and not go to
Rhinebeck? You're going there, but not. I mean, the Robin thing's different.
Yes. So
that's the cake thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Which
is a pregame to New York Sheep and Wool. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, there's a ginormous, awesome... I didn't even notice that. ginormous, awesome festival in Rhinebeck, New York called New York Sheep and Wool. It's at the Dutchess County Fairgrounds.
Right.
They have pre-parties, basically, not really party, like I call them pre-parties, events that also sell yarn before actual New York Sheep and Wool. And one of them is Cakepalooza? Cakepalooza. I say it wrong every time. I think it's just Cakepalooza, not Cakepalooza. Cakepalooza. And I will be at the Yarnbirds truck at Cake.
What?
I'm super excited though.
Cakepalooza.
Mark your calendars.
All one word.
Folks. We'll be there with bells on.
We won't.
So, oh, Dan will not.
I wasn't invited. I'm a party pooper.
You are kind of a party pooper. Not really. We make you have fun. I mean, Dan is definitely a party pooper, but I am the spice in his life.
This is true.
This is a Pisces Aries thing. So Pisces, my head's in the clouds and I'm super spontaneous and I like to have fun and don't really think about anything that will happen after the fun. And Dan does. But at the same time, Dan keeps my feet on the ground for some stuff.
What type of person are you? The type that unpacks when you get home from a trip? Or the type that unpacks 4 days later?
Oh, maybe a week. Last, and we're wrapping it up. On the last episode, you asked people to add the comments. Yeah, stop looking at my notes. You asked people to add things that you can print me with your 3D printer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
What
I have a list.
Okay. Hit me.
Okay. I'm going to start with the biggie. And I have
The
a
biggie.
video.
All right.
One of you told me, I want to give her a shout out so that you guys can go look if you care.
Okay.
Stand by.
How about I just sit?
I forget who suggested it, but they told me that they watched this podcast. Jolene Knitsalot,
Okay.
her husband.
Jolene.
I know my hairdresser's name's Jolene too, and I think that every single time I go there. So her husband has a 3D printer, and guess what he made her? And she has an episode. It's in my queue. We can watch it together or separately.
Okay.
A circular sock machine, dude.
So, I have all of the models for a circular sock machine, and I have everything I need to make one.
It seems so like it could be wonky. I feel like it could be real wonky.
That's why I haven't done it for you, is because you want a sock machine that you clamp to the table and crank out socks.
So I say.
I have to watch the episode, but from what I've seen, it's mostly fidgeting with the machine trying to make it work.
Well, we'll watch it. I was going to show. Hold on.
I will help you do.
So that being said, this is why I'm apprehensive about printing an entire circular sock machine. I feel like it would be, in the long run, a waste of filament. You guys have seen this before. This is, and this was also in the comments, a Turkish spindle. Do you see that wobble in the shaft? That is not balanced. I mean, this is just a decoration. It's not any fun to spin with. It's too flimsy or something. I mean, it's cool thought, and I mean, there might be better, I don't know, is there harder filament?
So you can mix media up, please don't poke me in the eye with that. So you can print the flyers, the weights, and
do a wood shaft.
turn the shaft out of wood, aluminum, pour it out of
Yeah, but just
beer
buy
cans.
a wood one. Oh, can you do that with aluminum? That's Dan's new toy. He got what's it called? What melts the cans?
Furnace?
No, that's not what you call it. You call it another word.
It's a furnace.
Such a pain in my ass.
I don't. It's a
That
furnace.
is not what you called it. When you said, oh, my yada yada showed up, you didn't say, oh, my furnace is here. You called it another word.
No. No, it was a furnace.
I want to punch you in the face.
I mean, you can do that. It's
No.
on tape.
Seriously, what did you call it? I'm so mad right now. What did you call it? What is it? It's not a furnace. Don't say a furnace. What is it? I want to say a retort, which is horrible. That's the machine that you cremate humans with. It's called a retort. You don't call it an oven. It's called a retort. You don't call it a furnace. You call it a...
It's a furnace. That's what I
We're going to move on. Next,
Are we?
a hook stand, a crochet hook stand. We're back to 3D printing.
Okay.
A crochet hook stand. I'm going to look those up because that sounds so fun.
Okay.
Sock blockers.
If I did sock blockers, I'd have to do them on multiple pieces.
Well, yeah, they have them that you put them
And I
in
don't
multiple pieces. Oh, it's behind the light.
Oh.
That is an umbrella. They're actually right there. You can see them from the mirror. I think these are all the same thing. Somebody's going to have to tell me the difference. I saw a yarn butler, a yarn caddy, and a yarn keeper. I think those are all the same things.
Okay.
And they're this like round thing with a stick that you put in it. You put a ball of yarn on it and it's on a swivel and you can walk and knit. I'll have to show them to you, but that would be cool because I don't have one of those. And I haven't bought one because honestly, I don't know how much I would use it because I use my little like ball sacks with my wristlet and that's what I walk around and knit with right out of the bag. And then I can put my knitting back into the bag when I'm done, where a yarn butler keeper caddy.
Do it again, do the motions again.
Stop.
No, I'm not. Not all the time.
I'll show you
did
pictures.
That. You did that.
I'll show you pictures.
Okay.
Man, that drink is yummy. Thank you to whoever added that bottle of liquor to our liquor cabinet. I would have no idea who did that. Dan thinks it was John and Quill. I think John and Quill would have told us that. We also wondered if it was Dan's mom. We are all over the place. A sparkly needle gauge necklace. So like the necklace you
I'm
bought
gonna go
me.
with no.
Why?
Because the printer I have is not that high of quality, so you couldn't do like a gauge.
You couldn't do a needle gauge?
No, not directly off the printer. I would have
Yeah,
to
he
do
doesn't have
other
like
ops.
a super high-end machine.
No.
I thought it was the filament though that was the issue, not the...
For my prints, that's true, but it's still not that high of quality, that precision.
Okay, so no for that.
I mean, I could print it, like the sock blockers. Remember the sock blockers we made when we lived on Franklin downtown?
Yeah.
I put those on my mill, so I machined the holes so they were precision.
Yes.
So I could do that.
I
could
should
print
show
the
those.
blank and then machine the gauge holes. Could do that.
Yarn bowls, which I don't use yarn bowls.
Yeah.
And
do people use yarn bowls or do they just
Yeah.
look really cool?
no,
Like,
I
is
mean
that a
other
thing?
people...
Everybody sells them. Everybody loves them. They're really cool. They're handcrafted. They're awesome. They're amazing.
I have
They're
a yarn bowl
collectible for
up-
sure.
up there I just used to collect things.
Yeah, everybody has one, but doesn't
They're-
anyone use one?
Yeah,
let us know.
well,
Tell
let
us.
us know.
Down
I
below.
know there are people who use them, and there are
I'm sure someone does.
gorgeous yarn bowls. Andy the Knitress, 3D prints,
Yeah.
yarn bowls, and they're
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Her filament's awesome, like the
Yeah.
colors she does. I
But
just,
does it just end up full of whatever's in that?
I think there are a
Or
lot of,
does it get used as a yarn bowl?
I think there are a lot of people who use them.
Good.
I just don't. I knit out of a project bag because it's easier, I guess, is the main reason. A stationary yarn spinner, which, hold on. This,
What the crap is that? That's your bead thing.
yes, you put beads in here,
Yeah.
and then there's this little
This is so cool. Have you seen these?
hooky needle thing that it's like a curved needle, and you put all the itty bitty little beads in there and you spin it, and the beads just like hop right up onto the needle.
Suck right up onto there. It's amazing.
But they have these that spin, and you put like a yarn cake on it, and then you knit from the outside.
Do that again. That one was on purpose.
You knit, stop. You knit from the outside, or you pull from the outside of the yarn cake. So instead of having this bowl,
Yeah.
it would be flat, and you put the yarn cake on top of the shaft.
Yeah.
This is why I lose subscribers. Anyway, that is another thing you could 3D print.
I could.
Okay?
Yeah. Oh, I stole the notes. I'm a terrible person.
The sheep toilet paper holder.
Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the sheep toilet paper holder, which is full of yarn right now.
I've shown this before. It needs 2 more cakes. I've stolen them. With toilet paper, it looks super cute, like you can imagine, right? It looks like a sheep. Dan just used, this is like plywood or something.
Yeah.
And then the bottom, Bubba's.
So
He painted PVC, right?
the plywood I did on the mill, all the legs, and then this is just PVC sewer pipe that I cut in half and spray painted. The problem with printing this is, again, the size of the printer. I'd have to do this in at least 2, maybe 3 pieces. So, pain in the butt.
What's next?
Turkish spindle.
Oh, I already showed that. Next.
Yeah, I tried a Turkish spindle. It was one of the first things I did. Most of my prints, I have a friend that has a 3D printer, just got it. The only thing he knows how to do is download stuff off of, like, Thingiverse. Thingiverse is a place that offers 3D models, so you can download this and print it. I rarely do that. I do my own prints. I design my prints from start to finish. So I did download a Turkish spindle. It imported poorly and was not anywhere near this good. It was garbage.
Ditto. Mom and Dad are trying to record. Stitch markers. You could 3D print stitch markers. I have a million stitch markers, so please don't do that. But you could 3D print them.
Okay. Good.
A Swift, which mine's right there, you could do like a tabletop Swift. That would be kind of cool. Or you could do an umbrella Swift.
Yeah.
And a puzzle. Could you make Cole a puzzle?
I could.
That would be cute. The person who said puzzle was, you could make me a yarn ball puzzle. Like yarn balls.
I could.
Those were all of the things. I am excited to watch that video by that Jolene, what'd I say? Jolene Knit Stuff. Jolene Knitsalot. Is that what it was? Jolene Knitsalot, I think. She'll be linked. Because I'm going to watch the video. I haven't watched her yet. She's new to me. This was a shit show of all shit shows. So thanks if you're still here for sticking around and whatnot. We're going to have frozen pizza and bagged Caesar salad for dinner. If you're still here and not subscribed, I think that you probably should be. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that heavy horse shit. Until we meet again. Break. Good boy.